Good morning. Happy holidays. I've had it on my mind to do a little video with more specific teaching. And this is not because I feel like I'm any kind of expert. Certainly, I am an amateur. But I have found that this practice of Tonglen has served me in many different circumstances. And sometimes I forget about it and then I return to it. I also think that even though it's potentially comes across as a little bit of an esoteric practice or one for a very experienced meditator, my experience is that you can really, well, for me, I can really practice it on the spot. Meaning that if a circumstance arises, I can, even if I just step away for 10 seconds and remember the practice, I can take a deep breath and access the practice. And to be honest with you, it's one of the practices that I feel like the benefit is fairly immediate. So, for Tonglen, it is, for me, practicing it while doing a sitting meditation has helped me get to know it. So, I guess I could say I recommend that, even if your practice is for 5 minutes or so. And then also for me to have sort of a marker that for me that's ending my sitting practice and beginning Tonglen. So for me that's a breath, and how Pema Chodron describes it is sort of a clear space. So imagining like a big clear open field, or a wide open sky, or the ocean, something vast. So breathing in that vastness and breathing out with the vastness, kind of just being in the presence of vastness. And then from there, the practice is somewhat counterintuitive for us Westerners. So you're breathing in any kind of pain or discomfort. Again, how Pema describes it is a sense of almost claustrophobia. Any kind of thing that, what works best for me is what's going on for me right now. So the holiday season brings with it that feeling of, not enough. I haven't done enough. I have so much to do. I haven't gotten enough. I am not enough. On and on. That's pretty easy to access right now. So I was just working with that. So just breathing in, it can either be thoughts or the feeling that arises with those thoughts. They're connected, for me at least at this point in my practice. So it can be words or that feeling. And then on the exhale, it's whatever feels like relief for you, or whatever you would wish for someone else who is feeling that way to experience. I don't want to say it's the opposite of the feeling, but relief, air, space, comfort in that breath, exhale. So you can start with yourself and then radiate out as you continue to practice to others who are feeling exactly the same way you're feeling. Circumstances might be different, probably. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. And then wishing for them the same relief and space, comfort. So you're radiating out to all beings who are experiencing this or have experienced this in their life. Because the fact is, that although we're unique and different, we all share the same feelings. They just manifest in different ways and at different times, and the circumstances are different. You can also start by practicing for someone else who you know is suffering in some specific way. It can be someone you know, or it could be people who don't have enough to eat. Any kind of suffering. That's why the practice is kind of endless. So I believe that's where I'll stop today. Well, actually, this last thing I want to say. For me, what I've noticed with Tonglen is there's really a desire to escape the practice. So, I might be able to do 2 breaths and then my mind just goes someplace else, because it is not our instinct or our patterning to want to be with the suffering. So with that again, you just go there, okay? So it's like, oh, I don't want to be with this. What does that feel like? Breathing in all the people who don't want to be with what they're being with, or what they're experiencing. So start wherever you are. So the practice is endless. Peace, and see you there.